I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast, a podcast from the web series The Two Dicks. And there it is. There it is. We had a little technical snafu, but I think we have things underway here. I'm Al Ducharme. I'm in Sherman Oaks today, Sherman Oaks, California. I'm doing some house sitting and some dog sitting. And Al Romas is in the clouds. He's in heaven. Are you in heaven?
No, I'm in Iowa. Actually, I'm in what is this? Coco Cay. The ship is docked in the private island of Coco Cay. But I'm staying on board because it's overcast and I don't feel like going out there and dealing with the Coco and the Cay. I was hoping to be on the deck having a cigar today, but the delivery came in last night and I was not included. Not included.
Oh, yeah. Any trace? Can you track your cigar delivery any way at all?
Yeah, it went to Weston, Florida. It arrived at where it's supposed to, and then from there, for some reason, it's going to take more than 5 weeks to get to Freeport, Bahamas, where they bring it onto the ship. So by the time it comes on, which will be probably the next delivery is July 2nd, we're looking at 7 weeks or some deal. I don't know. So it's grim. The circumstances are grim. I was forced to go to the gift shop after my show last night and purchase some of their overpriced, dried out, ridiculous garbage cigars.
Is that even a humidor that they're in the gift shop, or is it anything?
No, it's like a jewelry case and they throw like a little humid bag at the bottom. That probably 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So no, it's not humid, but I bought a brick house sampler that was in its own box and sealed.
Oh, that's probably
so at least has a little better chance. Yeah.
How much?
And that was after a show. It was it was a sampler, so 4 cigars ranging in size, Toro, and then gets a little smaller. That was like $35, and I got a bit of a discount. So not too bad. But still sucks when you consider I have about 30 cigars that should be here right now. And, I'm also in ports that sell cigars that I can't get off the ship and purchase. So it's aggravating, but it is what it is. And it was weird going in the gift shop after a show. I would never do that. You know what I mean? Like right after, because then people from the show were in there, but I wanted to do it before they closed. So I'd have something for today. And then you're dealing with that whole thing, Good show. Enjoyed it.
Before we get to your show details, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
For you.
How
many Patreon members did we lose through your cigar saga story?
I think we gained. We gained.
Wow.
We gained. Right. Yes.
Patreon.com/the2dicks.
They want to see where you are right now. You get Alfred's background. Looks like a kitchen. You're in a kitchen.
It is. It's good. I'm supposed to be shooting a cooking show here at some point. It's not going to happen today. Because it's a wide open kitchen and it has the Sub-Zero refrigerator. It's got the Viking stove, 6 burners. It's got all the fancy shit. But these $15,000 refrigerators it's like a Mercedes. They're overbuilt. And when they go, they fucking go. Everything starts going on them. It costs a fortune to repair them. And I don't like them. Give me a GE, a LG, give me a Samsung. But these
Frigidaire, give me an old fridge.
Give me an old Frigidaire. It's like a Toyota Corolla. It just keeps going. You put 300,000 or 400,000 miles on it. These things,
and those don't even get repaired, do they? You throw those out. I mean, you can't repair those goddamn things. It's a computer.
No. It's a huge business. They send in these guys, but it's just like anything else. When one thing breaks, 2 months later, something else goes. It's like, well, everything on it is on its. This thing's probably like 12, 15 years old already. They're tanks. I mean, you open the door, it's like a safe. It's like an old vault.
Yeah,
But
everything's gone that way. I remember getting a washing machine and then it broke, and then I called a guy, and the guy came out and he's like, I can't. It was an old repairman. He goes, I can't fix this. He goes, that's a computer. And I go,
yeah,
well, what do you mean? He goes, I can't do it. I can't fix it. So it's like a mechanic now. With the old mechanic, he's out of business. That guy doesn't know how to fix a car today. With the
no,
computer system and all.
you're basically you're sliding in. You're taking something out, a whole component, and you slide it in, and it plugs in. And I've done it on my television. I did it with my television, my Samsung. It was I told you that story on the pod. It was $1.50. $1.50 transistor, and I just replaced it. And the Geek Squad wanted $350 to show up at my house.
Well, I mean, I think
that was just to show up. That was,
yeah. I think I told that story once where I worked for a repairman when I was a teenager, and this guy in 1979, he was probably making $300,000 a year as a TV repairman. And we went to this one old lady's house. She had the unit that just the big unit. It's all like furniture, like a console, and then the wire from the back of the goes into the wall and then into the TV. It was hanging out. It needed to be plugged in. So what he did, he took the back off. He took a big tube out of there, and it was all covered in dust and everything. He gives it to me. He goes, see if we have a new one in the truck. So that meant I take it in the truck. I shoot Windex on it. I wipe it off. I put it in an empty box. We bring it back in. We sell it to her for $89.95. He goes, look how lucky you are, ma'am. I have one tube remaining. I'm going to put it in, and there's no guarantee, but I think it's going to work. Put it in. Then he plugged the plug that was missing in. Oh my God, you fixed it. You're the best, Ernie. I love you. $90 in and out of there. 10 minutes. That's how this guy,
Where's Ernie now? Did he die a horrible death?
I doubt it. Those guys prosper, man. I doubt he died a horrible. He's probably about 90 years old.
Yeah, but
and
karma,
living with a
man.
30-year-old girl. And I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't happen.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I knew a guy like that. He was a mechanic, and on Cape Cod in the summertime, he actually rented a bay out from a mobile station, and people would pull in all the time because they're on vacation in the summertime, and they'd come in with their family, and their cars would, 80,000 people are coming out, so cars would pull in and go, my car is overheating, and you go, oh boy, same thing. He goes, that was a fucking $14 piece. I just charged him $140. I'm like, motherfucker.
Right, but the Geek Squad is the modern
15 minutes.
The Geek Squad thing is the modern version of that. If you can get a part for $150 and they're charging you $300 just to come to the house, that's the 2021 version of Ernie and this fucking mechanic.
A little different. A little, because
Not
what
really.
they did was the Geek Squad is they bought these little Volkswagen Bugs, a whole fleet of them, and they have guys that are trained, and they'll come in and they have tools and they will solder, but they have to it's labor. It's labor intensive. They got to pull.
But it's so
my television. I know, but my television had 27 screws in the back of it, so I had to put my television on pillows. And I took out my little drill, my little DeWalt drill, and I took them out, zip, 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 zip. And then the piece I had to locate it. I had to slide it out and replace it. But I'm very technical that way. So, and I did this all by the time I did my research and went over to Radio Shack a couple blocks away. I was in, 90 minutes, 2 hours.
Radio Shack. What year are we in here?
This is like the week before Radio Shack went out of business, maybe 7 years ago.
Did you join the Battery Club?
Oh my God. I walked in there. I said, I just need this little piece. Do you have it? Yes. Okay. Give me your address, your telephone number, your credit card. I'm like, no. First of all,
what's
you guys
your mother's maiden name?
You're going out of business.
When did your parents
you are going out of business. I know. There's no need
horrible.
they were just taking our information and selling it.
Beyond.
The
they were the
CEO could make
worst of anyone. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. I go, I've been here before. Look me up. He goes, no, I don't have you in my system. And he goes,
oh, yes, you do.
He said, I was in New York. I've been in the system. He goes, no, I don't. It should transfer over. I'm just a different city now. He's like, no, I don't have it. I'm like, I just want this thing I'm not giving you anything.
It's insane. I get crazy with that. And I get the ones where I buy a t-shirt and then the guy's like, wants all the info. And he goes, you want a credit card for some dumb store, Banana Republic? I'm like, no. He goes, you don't want to save 10% today? No, I don't. I'm good. It's a $14 t-shirt. Give me the fucking shirt.
Yeah,
Let's
you could have
do
saved
this.
$1.40 though.
I don't, and stand there for 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
If
you know what I mean?
did that, listen to
Ugh.
easy math. If you did that 1 million times, that's $1.4 million you would have saved on t-shirts.
Oh, well, I didn't know that at the time. Now I'm going to go. I will do that from now on. I didn't realize it. I'm not good with numbers. Hey, how was your weekend? We both performed the standing up comedy this week.
It was great. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was great on many platforms for many reasons. Audience attendance, audience response, just the feel good thing. I did a full set. I did 46 minutes on my second show on Friday night. Now Thursday night we actually had a light crowd. We almost canceled, and then 15 people just showed up. So we did a show. Then on Friday night we had 60, and then Saturday night we had 75, which is for us for coming out of the pandemic was tremendous.
What does that room hold? Full? What would
probably it's not that big. Probably $1.25, maybe $1.
Oh, okay.
15.
So that's not too bad.
No. It was good, and they were all sitting right down in like the front area, so it seemed like it was full. So I can't complain about any of that. But even the 15 people on that Thursday night, they were just good, and there was no pressure. So we just performed. There was actually more pressure when there was 75 people.
Right. Yeah, those are fun. I mean, they're not, you don't want them, but those are fun shows if the crowd is somewhat lively, because you're loose. And when you're loose, you're going to be funnier. I always think it's like you just go out there and go, I'm just going to riff and have fun. I don't give a shit. And then you go, that was a great show. But when you have a packed house, you're like, I got to be funny. I got to give them you're not as funny. Yeah. Yeah.
But I will say they made it easy for us because they were hungry for it. And how was yours?
Hungry.
You were in a 900 seat or a 1,200 seat theater on board
1,000 seat theater on Adventure of the Seas. Mm-hmm. I think at right now capacity, I think, is 200 people in the theater, socially distanced, and we're getting the roughly 150 to 200 per show, far away from each other. Man, it's some heavy lifting. I mean, the only good thing really is they're great. They're very responsive, very receptive to it. They know this isn't easy. They're happy to be here, so they've been great. The crowds have actually been really good. But as a comic, when you walk out there, it's just like, holy shit, there's no one here. But they're there. It's just about 150 people, and even the balcony's open because they need that even level of social distance. So, and the first 2 rows are blocked off. So there's 11 feet between the stage and the first person. And then couples can sit together. But after that, has to be at least 6 feet distance from another person. But they're just blocking out rows.
Yeah.
So if you're doing 45 clean, that's the other thing, all clean 45. But tonight's my last show already. I mean, I did 3 at the end of a cruise last week. The new cruise started Saturday. I did 2 last night. I do 1 tonight, and then I'm off for the rest of the week. You got to love cruises.
Got to love the cruises.
That's the schedule.
How many people died of COVID-19 since the cruise started? This next cruise?
0. We had 0 cases, sir.
Zero. Of course, I know, because so your governor there, he won that thing against the CDC in the state of Florida.
Not my governor.
The governor of Florida in the state of which you reside.
Okay. Right.
DeSantis. He's probably going to be on the Republican ticket in 3 years, right?
You got to think
presidential,
maybe VP. Yeah. I think Trump, he's going to pick him as his VP, and then give him then he goes into run for himself for 4 years. I think that's the plan as of now. From what I can see.
That joke of Joe Biden, it's like the White House is like Weekend at Bernie's. It's really it's starting to ring true, man. He's like spacey. He handed when he was signing the bill for the Juneteenth, celebration of the freedom of the slaves. You know about this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
He just signed it a few days ago, and no one's had time to adjust. You know the gist of the story, how it goes, right? The slaves were freed, but it took them 2.5 more years to get to
Right.
Galveston
In Galveston.
County.
They didn't tell
the
them.
island. They didn't tell them. So
They
the slave
didn't say
owners
anything.
kept free labor for 2.5 more years than everyone else.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember
so-
Doonesbury had a cartoon about that, and then the slaves were working, and then one day one of the slaves said to the master, he goes, we're free, and the master goes, hey, who taught you how to read?
It's just unbelievable how we find these things. So anyways, it was signed into history in the bill, making it a federal holiday, Juneteenth, the official end of slavery. So Biden is signing it. He's surrounded by people of color, of course. And there's I forgot the woman's name. She's a big African-American advocate and, popular. Of course, I can't.
Aunt Jemima.
Oh, wow. And
I don't know.
so he goes to hand her
guessing.
the pen, but he hands it to the wrong person. And then someone takes his hand and pushes his hand towards the woman he's supposed to hand it to. And then she's like, she goes to grab it and it falls. The pen that he just signed the bill with falls to the ground. I'm like, come on. It's just so.
I know.
And Biden was like, his eyes were so wide. He's like, it's just.
Well, that's why he's always wearing shades. He's got to wear the shades because he just looks like he's not there.
He's not
So they always
jogging
throw
anymore
shades on him
up,
everywhere he
up the
goes.
steps of Air Force One. He stopped doing that.
Yeah, but you notice he's always wearing sunglasses. You know what I mean? Because he just looks that way of like a guy in a nursing home where those old guys look. They're not there. They're just kind of goofy looking. And,
he should be in
he needs sherbet.
One of those costumes the fake sumo wrestlers wear, where regular people can put on a big, inflatable bubble.
That'd be fun.
Bodysuit, yeah, and just put him in that with shades on.
They should do that anyway.
They should have that on the ships
in costumes and things. That'd be fun.
Yes,
I still don't know how to say June 19th or 9th. I don't know how to say
Juneteenth.
I don't like it.
It's kind of cheesy. It's kind of.
It is. I don't care for it.
No.
Yeah, the holiday. I mean, I don't care for it.
The irony is, you on this cruise ship, you're kind of like a slave. You can't get off. You can't leave your cabin.
Oh, I can get off all right.
Wow.
But
walking into that cabin with a black light. Holy shit, stalagmites.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm an expat.
Holy stalagmites, Batman.
Yeah, I'm out there. I'm not but that should be a couple weeks. I think we're going to be back in normal, especially with this one, because with the 0 cases, and I'll be walking off the ship in the Cozumel, and you
think they're going to let you off? They're going to let you off.
Sure. Yeah. A couple weeks.
When your cigars show up, they're going to let you off.
Yeah, probably. I couldn't believe it when I was down there. There's 1 million boxes, and then they have a list with all the deliveries, and I'm looking in and going, "Are you fucking kidding? Come on, 6 weeks it's been 6 weeks. What's going on here? I don't understand
it." The cigar saga continues. Hey, let's check in on the U.S. Open and see what's happening with the scoreboard. Your guy John Rahm is it?
Yeah,
he was in like 6th place, but he was teeing off on the
moved up a little.
6th. He's on. Yeah, he's a -2. I think.
2 back.
Yeah,
he's 2 back. And you took Koepka, I believe.
No, I did not.
I think
I took.
You
Johnson.
didn't take Koepka.
I took.
I took Koepka. Oh, that's right. You took.
You're making crap up.
Gretzky's
futures. The guy who's banging Gretzky's beautiful daughter.
Yes, that's how Alfred picks golfers. Who's ever banging the most beautiful girl will.
Let me do a refresh. It's up on the screen now, so the people that are watching the video can see this.
Patreon.com.
Hughes is in first, and Henley is in.
Nobody.
Oh, there's a 3-way tie of under 5. Hughes,
I think
Henley,
Rory
and
might do it.
Thuzian.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. McIlroy he's in there. You're right.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
three
These
under.
nobodies are gonna fade.
And he's teeing off on the 4th. So there's plenty of there's, as they
Plenty of
say,
golf.
as I say with my wife, there's plenty of holes left. Thank you very
That's
much.
what you say to your wife.
Yeah, there's plenty of holes left. Your boy
yeah.
Rom is he's still 2 under, 2 back. He's teeing off at the 6th.
Yeah, and when people hear this, they'll know who won. They're in the future. The listeners
that's
right now.
That's right. Let me go back to
Yeah.
our. Oh, here comes the
But
wife.
I think
she's going to come in.
The
wife is entering the
nobodies
building.
will fade. Who cares? Those nobodies.
She's gonna go. What are you doing? Are you doing your podcast? And the dog's barking.
She doesn't know that we do a podcast twice a week, every week
Can
for the
you
last
hear?
year.
Well, we're in between the property, so our place in Studio City is 2 miles away. So she's coming in. Hey,
I do
Levi,
hear the dog.
You do hear the dog. Hey, Bern.
Yeah.
I'm podcasting. Could you put the dog down? That's Levi. He was on a few episodes about a month ago.
Oh yeah, remember Levi?
She's.
Yeah.
What is she doing? Oh, she's outside. Bernie, let the dog
Killing
out.
our podcast.
All right, I'm
killing our podcast.
I got to step away.
All right.
Talk
Alfred's
to the people.
Will you?
Tell them what I'm doing.
Alfred's going to take care of this situation. If you're watching on patreon.com/2dicks, you're not seeing it because Al left the camera just looking at the kitchen, but he's out there right now beating Bernie and comforting Levi. I assume that's what's happening. Both should be beaten. Oh, there goes Levi barking again. No, he's just letting them both out. I think Bernie and Levi need to be put outside, and eventually Alfred will be back. This is how I've always wanted the podcast. I really don't need this guy, to be honest with you. I mean, he does a little editing and some filming, but otherwise, it's really me. And I'm enjoying this the way it. Oh, here he comes. Jesus Christ. Damn.
Unreal.
It really is. It really is. Yeah. Yeah.
I go, I'm right in the middle of podcasting. She goes, oh, well, what time is it? I thought that you were done
Sunday,
podcasting
3 o'clock.
by done.
3 o'clock.
I go,
Sunday,
I'm in the middle of
every
podcasting.
day, every week.
Take the dog outside. He's barking in the middle of the podcast. Well, I thought you'd be done. And she starts going into this whole explanation. Are you okay? Do you have pandemic brain?
I married you, so there's something not quite right.
Every Sunday for 1 year. For 1 year. Every Sunday.
I know. My apologies to my partner, Al Romas, and the 7 people that are listening right now.
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
You shit on me. I know you did, because that's what I do to you.
I did not. I didn't shit on you. I just said, that I enjoyed having the solo mic and not being interrupted. It was beautiful. I got to chat with the folks.
Al had a room service a couple of times when he was either in his cabin or in a hotel room. And when he went off mic, I just shit on him. So I expect the same.
It's true. That was the podcast when I first got to wherever that was, St. Martin. And yeah, I had some room service come up and cigars delivered from Juggy, my boy Juggy in St. Martin. It was nice.
Careful
enough
now.
to
You'll get canceled
them.
if you call a man of color your boy.
My boy, he's not a man of color. He's
Indian. He's brown.
He's Indian. He's a
man of color. He's not Caucasian.
All right. Well, my boy, you know what I meant.
I mean, what about the new category? White and then non-Hispanic white. Have you seen that?
I identify as non-Hispanic. That's what I go. I don't even go with white. I go with non-Hispanic.
Well, you're going to get canceled.
Fine. I'm ready. Do it. Do it.
I want to get canceled so bad. I do.
I'm ready. I do.
I'm dying to be canceled. That would mean that we would make a blip on the radar.
Exactly. This is all I'm looking for. So yeah. But check out patreon.com/the2dicks. You want to see my background. You want to see Alfred's kitchen. You want to see it, and you get merch. We got coffee mugs. Oh, where's the new mug, Alfred? Did you bring it along with you?
It's,
need a new mug.
No, it's in Studio City. I'm in Sherman Oaks, so it's 2 miles.
So
away.
weak, so weak,
I
so
know.
weak. I
Feel
traveled
prepared.
thousands of miles and have the mug. But I also ordered a new mug, but that'll be here in August or some point. So I'm not looking. But see, this one has a crack in it. If you can see it on Patreon, this mug already has a crack in it. I ordered a new one, but at this point, who knows when it'll be here? Let's guess in August at some point, since I ordered it in June. That's the way delivery goes on a cruise ship, if you didn't know, in 2021.
All right. We're going to wrap it up here real soon. I just got to plug a couple of dates. I'll be at the Rava Winery.
The Wawa. I'll be at the Wawa.
I'll be at the
restaurant,
Wawa. I got to get some
110.
hard-boiled eggs and a gallon of gas.
Some cheese.
I'll be at
String
Rava
cheese.
Winery in Paso Robles coming up on, what is the date? Dang it, on the 25th. And
All right.
Then I'll be at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas with Bill Burr on July 2nd and 3rd for 3 shows. And they're sold out.
3 shows.
Unlimited.
Of course.
It's 3,200 seats. So that 369, 9,600 people. I'll be performing in front of 9,600 people in 3 shows.
Bill's making $250,000 and
he's paying me 150.
There you go.
But he is flying
150.
me. He's flying me in coach.
Southwest. Someone tell Bill he's a rich man and very popular.
He did buy me some nice cigars.
Southwest.
Though. He gives me really
is-
nice cigars, and I don't have to wager anything. He
right.
just gives them to me, unlike you. Oh, I will
All
say the
right.
Atabay. Ooh, that Atabay was tasty.
Yes. Yeah. He didn't give you anything like an Atabay. I know that.
Yeah, just giving some pretty
Yeah.
good ones.
It wasn't an Atabay. But yeah, 3. That sounds great. That sounds like a great gig. Full capacity, a lot of people. No pressure, Al. You don't want to go out there and bomb in front of all those people and Bill, but you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll get some laughs.
I'm doing this for me, Al.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do the gut bit. Open with the gut bit.
Oh, I should actually.
Yeah.
I
That's
should.
what you want to do. I didn't even try it. I did 5 shows so far, but the suits from
You
Miami.
are a
and all those
Homo
guys,
sapien.
no doubt. They were all in the audience, scattered amongst the people. You got all these Ken Rush and all these guys, and so yeah, it's like, wait, no pressure at all. You got an empty theater, and you got suits from Miami, and you got to do 45 clean, and so I was thinking, not to be like, oh, I'm great or anything, but thank God for experience. Because as I was doing it, I was actually in my head thinking, what if you were a newer comic, given this, like you had to do this? It's impossible.
Only a seasoned comic of 30
Impossible.
years could have a full-on conversation in their head as they're performing.
Right.
And I was doing it. I
know.
was doing it this weekend myself. I was like,
It's crazy.
it's just like, wow, I haven't done this bit in a year and a half. And
Right. And it's crazy. I'm up there and thinking to myself, if I was a new comic, I wouldn't be able to do this right now. I wouldn't be getting these laughs. It would be, meanwhile, I'm doing it. Then you have to catch up and go, wait a second, where am I in my head? Okay, there I am. Boom.
it's a
Do the
nanosecond,
next bit.
but it's a full
Yeah,
conversation in that nanosecond with the human brain. Mhm.
Yeah, Jay Leno used to say he did math problems in his head while he did his act. He would do an hour, and as he was doing it, he was actually adding up like difficult math problems. He would do that. That's how he could do his act and these math problems at the same time. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what Leno would say.
Well, he
know
does
what I
have
mean?
the
I don't
car
know.
collection.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's true. That seems a little much. I mean, I can think about things, but I don't know if I can do math problems.
And he says he only sleeps 3 hours a night. So
Yeah, and his wife reads 25 books a month or some shit. Who cares? The guy's a
is
snooze.
it that many? Is it that many?
I don't know. He's always talking about Mavis reads 25 books a month because Jay's out in the garage with the cars and doing stand up.
She's reading
I
a
don't
book a
know.
day almost. Come on.
That's it, almost a book a day. That's what keeps the marriage alive, baby.
Well, honey, start reading. All right. Are we done here?
I'm done. Said it all. We've covered it all. another pod, volume 126 in the books. We'll see you next time on Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast.
Arrivederci.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary.
Go to patreon.com/forward-the-2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.